So I worked for 10 years with Planned Parenthood and did sex education. And one of the main things that you need to keep in mind when you do sex education is that you need to be able to talk about explicit sexual acts without letting the people that you're talking to think about you sexually. And I was really quite good at it. It was kind of helpful that I was older than most of the people I was talking to, and I had a good skill set about that. So I was teaching a group of young people, actually just at the building across the street here, who were they were aging out of the foster care system, and so it was probably like 30 teenagers. My memory is that they're kind of like the way you're sitting, like in these kind of long tables, and I had an hour and a half, and I'm just going through the information. I'm talking about, like, you make your decision about who you're gonna be with, what you're gonna do, what risk you're willing to take. I'm gonna talk to you about how you can reduce the risk if you decide to take a risk. We're gonna work through this. And they were really attentive, and it was going really great. And so I got to the part where I'm talking about safer sex and ways you can reduce the risk, which needs some equipment. So I had a wooden penis model for a condom demonstration. I had a pelvic model that you could use for like insertive methods. So I have them, on this table in front of me. So I believe that the order was I had used the pelvic model to show like how you can insert a female condom, and I set it down, and I had picked up the wooden penis model, and I was getting ready to do a condom demonstration. I set the model down for a second so I could open the condom, and I'm talking about, you check the expiration date, this and that, and this kid who was sitting like kind of back there, he's like, Miss, can you please move your vagina? And I said, not my vagina, but I'll move it. So because the pelvic model was blocking the penis. So penis model. So I took care of that, and things are going great. I felt good about his willingness to speak up and use his words the best that he could to get what he needed, and it was all going fine. So I got to the part where I was talking about condoms and that they can come in different flavors, and that's important to know because sexually transmitted infections can be transmitted through oral sex, which you can get in your throat, which is usually how I would do it, like this, like it can get in your throat. And somebody said, what do they really taste like? And I said, interesting question, I just tasted one yesterday. You see the connection to what I said at the beginning about the skill set, right? All of those teenagers had a picture in their mind in that moment that I could not take away. They were just like, and I said, no, it was in a meeting because, which is true, we were in a meeting and it was the senior leadership staff of Planned Parenthood with a whole bunch of middle-aged white women, and somebody asked me that question, like, do they really taste like chocolate? And I'm like, I don't know, I don't taste them. So I got them out of the box and passed them around, and we all tasted them. And the answer to the question is they taste like chemicals trying to taste like a flavor on latex. So that's the answer. But anyway, so that moment, my skill set was shot. Everyone there had a picture of me. It wasn't my last chance to make a mistake in sex ed, but it definitely was my most successful.